Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to JUENFO Kitchen, where we just enjoy food. So let's enjoy this delicious glazed Jamaican style holiday ham. I have one fully cooked boneless ham here that I will be using for this recipe, which I prefer because it just makes life much easier. Now, this is a pretty small ham. It weighs 1.88 kg, which is a little over 4 pounds. As mentioned earlier, this ham is fully cooked, and based on the packaging instructions, it should be done in a little bit under an hour. Sometimes the cooking time will be on the packaging of your ham, so you can just go off of that if you're using a ham that's bigger or probably smaller than this one. The more important part is the glaze, which we're going to be making in a second. After removing the ham from the package, I'm just going to give it a quick rinse under running water, then place it in my baking dish and score the top. Which is pretty simple. I'm just running some lines parallel to each other in one direction, and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction. This will give it that nice diamond pattern, and it also allows the ham to soak up that flavor from the delicious glaze. Then I'm going to go in with some cloves and place them right in between where the lines cross. If you don't like the flavor of cloves, you can just leave them out. Once I'm done placing the cloves, I'm going to cover this with foil and place it in my oven. The water that's in the dish is sufficient, so I'm not going to add any more to it. Some of it came from me not drying the ham after rinsing, and some came from the ham itself. Now I'm going to place this in my preheated oven to bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. While the ham is baking, I'm going to start working on the glaze. Now, I have 1 can of pineapple slices here, and I'm going to drain this and add some more to make 1 cup of pineapple juice. Next, I'm going to add some honey. Rub or spray some oil in your measuring cup before adding your honey so that it will come out a lot easier. Next, I'm going to go in with some guava jam, freshly grated ginger, and some orange peel. I tried my best not to get too much of the white part in it because it could potentially make the glaze bitter. I really wanted to use some orange zest instead, but the zester wasn't zesting at all, so I had to just use some peels instead. I'm also going to add some sugar. I know that this might look like I'm overdoing it with the sweet, but remember that the ham is very savory and they use a lot of salt to cure it, so the flavors will balance out perfectly. And then finally, I'm going to balance out the sweetness a little bit with some vinegar. At this point, the glaze has started to simmer, so I'm just going to leave it for another 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to thicken up slightly after this, but we're going to add some cornstarch to make it thicker. Let it simmer for another 2 to 3 minutes, and our glaze is done. We are now going to pour on our beautiful glaze onto our ham, and I like to go in with half of it first, then place it back in the oven uncovered for another 15 minutes. After the first 15 minutes, I'm going to pour on the rest of the glaze. I just turned the oven up a little bit more to 400, and I actually kept basting it a few more times in between. After the ham was in the oven for an hour, I turned it to broil for 5 to 7 minutes. You want to keep a close eye on it during this time because it will easily burn due to the amount of sugar that's in the glaze. And just look how beautiful this ham is, guys, after it's done. You can serve this up as is, but I'm going to do this the traditional style by garnishing with some pineapple slices from the can that we drained earlier and some cherries. I'm going to slice into this for you guys. Make sure that you allow it to rest though for a few minutes before slicing. And this is our beautiful, delicious glazed holiday ham. I'm telling you, your ham is definitely gonna be the star of the show. If you enjoyed this video, you can just simply show your appreciation by hitting the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of my delicious recipes whenever I upload. Follow me on my other social media, links are in the description as well as the recipe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, live life to the fullest and just enjoy food.